Alright, so hey, what's up you guys? I'm Nick, this is TurnipHead Art, and I'm drawing Allister. He's a new Pokemon leader for the Shield game. He's not in the Sword one, just Shield. But I just liked his aesthetic. I'm really into the hollow face mask, it's kind of like Shy Guy, but it's Pokemon. So obviously he's a ghost type trainer. Not a lot of info on him. I just thought he looked cool. So I'm going to draw him. And in this one, I'm replacing the warm-up pieces that I've been doing recently. I don't think the daily uploads are getting the interest that I was hoping for. So I'm just going to do this once a week. Just me doing at least one of the warm-ups. Maybe sometimes I'll post several of them in one video. But for this one, it's just the one. And I wanted to talk about an experience I've just recently had. And this is probably something everyone else knows about. I just assumed I was immune. But it's called burnout. And I've been doing a brush pen piece at least once a day, every day, for about a year. So I got my pocket brush pen. I've been using the exact same one. And I've been drawing something at least once a day, every day. 20, 30 minutes max for my warm-ups. And then sometimes I'll do an even bigger piece. And that could take a couple hours. And this is every single day. So the day I sat down to do this, which was a few days ago, I didn't originally intend to post it. I was just going to delete the video. And I was like, you know what? It's okay if it sucks, because that's the pieces you learn the most on. So I wasn't feeling it, but I told myself, you've been doing this every day. It's part of your routine. Don't screw up your routine. Just do it. So I did. And I was pretty disappointed in how it turned out. But I went ahead and did it anyways. I like the character. I've always liked Pokemon. But for some reason, when I started drawing him, it just didn't click. I just wasn't feeling it. And even partway through the line art, I think I turned off the camera. I was like, I'm going to finish this piece, and it's going to look like crap. But I'm not going to post it. But then I started lining it with my brush pen, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to finish recording this. I'm going to have something to show for sitting down this time. And I'm going to post it. And I'll talk about what I went through making it. Because this is important. Because my son loves art. He likes to create art. But sometimes when he draws something he doesn't like, I see him rip it out of his sketchbook, crumble it up, and throw it away. And I asked him, well, why do you do that? I mean, I have things that I've kept, well, my mother kept since I was 5. And she still has some of it. So I asked him, why did you get rid of these things? Because it looks terrible. And, you know, as a man in his 30s, I did not realize I was acting like a teenager. I did not realize how absolutely similar my children are to me, or how children in general are just like adults, and vice versa. Because there are a lot of adults that act like children. But what do you learn from doing everything you can to forget your failures? I've discovered, and it was revealed to me again on this piece, that if you just discard the things that you are disappointed by, you don't learn anything from them, because you try to keep them as far from your mind as possible because it's disappointing. So I love the character. I've always loved ghost type Pokemon. For the longest time, my favorite Pokemon ever was Gengar. He's got the cute plumpness of a Clefairy, but he's a little twisted. And if you've seen any of my other Pokemon doodles, my warm-ups, you'll notice that most of the time I try to twist them up a little bit and make them a little darker. And with Gengar, you don't have to do that. It's already done for you. It's practically a plump little Clefairy or a Jigglypuff that's already twisted. So I really liked him for a long time. But I'm kind of getting off topic here. So when I was drawing this piece, I did all the sketching and started the line art, and I said, I'm done. And I turned off the camera. And I think I got... I haven't rewatched the video, and I don't intend to because that would take me an extra 20 minutes. And I don't have that amount of time for each day. But I'm pretty sure I got maybe the head and one arm inked before I said, forget it. I'm going to film the rest of this, and I'm going to put it up. So I've never experienced this burnout before. And it's not burnout to art in general. It's not all art that I'm done with. It's just maybe this brush pen thing. As much as I enjoy the way it looks, I love the line weight variants, maybe I need to work on other materials as well. Because I've been sketching out and then lining with my brush pen daily for almost a year now, and I think I'm hitting a wall. And a friend of mine was talking with me about working out because we all need to get in better shape. It's never a bad thing to get in better shape, so I've been pursuing that a little bit. And he said, you know how when your trainer said that you need to confuse your muscles and it will improve your abilities? I was thinking while I was drawing this piece, I was like, you know what? I think this will be my last piece with the brush pen for a little while. What I need to do is change it up. I may have plateaued on my abilities with the ink pen or the brush pen. And it made sense whenever he was explaining it to me, because no matter how much you love something, it can be too much. You hit a wall, you hit a ceiling, and you need to move on to something else. That doesn't mean you totally separate yourself from this thing. Of course, if there's situations that the brush pen is most capable of handling, or a certain texture I'm going for, or I really need a rough line varied mark somewhere, I will use the brush pen. But in general, it might not be the brush pen you see me making art with. I've got a bunch of Copic multi-liners in different sizes. I've got a few Micron pens. You may just see a bunch of colored pencil pieces, because I did color this one in with my cheaper, I think it's a 12-pack of Prismacolor colored pencils. And I just colored it in real light to throw the colors down on the character, not necessarily for any high quality, but just to see it in color, you know. But I might start doing more pieces like that. And I'm thinking Bailey J, she's on YouTube. If you don't know her, you should look her up. Bailey J. I'll link her in the description. But she's been doing this series where she goes back to basics, and I'm really motivated by that, because I'm 33, and at my age, you kind of think if you haven't mastered something at this point, then there's no point in starting something new. You know, you're at the age. This is the inner me, the logical adult daddy me kind of voice in my head that says, at this point, you should have found the one or two things you're very good at, and that should be your career. But sometimes the things you're good at aren't the things you want to do. I've had a lot of difficult jobs, several of them more difficult than I honestly believe most people have ever experienced. And I don't think that's the kind of jobs I want to do for the rest of my life. So I'm going to learn the art. I'm going to master the skills. And I'm going to continue doing that until it no longer satisfies me. And at this point, I don't see that happening. I don't see there ever being a wall that I hit that totally stops me from pursuing art. If you've ever done something that you love and then got tired of it, just think about how you handled that. Did you just quit doing it forever, the end? It never became a part of your life again? If your answer is yes, you're a much more focused person than I am. Because I have probably 20 different hobbies that I have about 17 on a back burner at any given time. But I could pick up and continue with at any point. So I'm not the type to just drop something altogether. And art is definitely one of the things I will never drop. I will always create something artistic. I will always be in the process of creating something. Because, like I said in a previous video, it keeps me sane. It's the thing that keeps me going every day. If I did not create something every single day, I would probably go crazy. The anxiety would reach a level where I wouldn't be able to function normally. Because if I'm not busy creating, then I just can't tolerate it. So, I mean, it could be something as simple as a doodle on a post-it note. It could be something as simple as a little 3 or 4 panel comic sketched out in pencil that I never show anyone. It could be me drawing some type of henna style tattoos on my hand with an ink pen. But it has to be something, so I don't go crazy. Like in the video here, you actually, underneath my hand most of the time, there's a little picture down there on the bottom right, and that's Oogie Boogie from Nightmare Before Christmas. And I absentmindedly doodled him while I was filming another video that I'm ultimately not going to show. I mean, I've got a lot of them that I'm never going to see the light of day. But I drew that one just out of boredom. And sometimes they're even better than the ones I shoot, because the ones that I'm shooting, I think there's a level of anticipation, a little bit of a level of anxiety that really messes with my creative process mentally. So I can create something interesting without the camera on. But then the next day I try to shoot something that is a much lower level of art skill necessary, and it looks like this. So who knows? Maybe I'm just camera shy. And if that's the thing, then I guess I'll just have to shoot more videos and get past it. But that's all I've got. That's all I've got to talk about today. I will link some affiliate links to some of the products I used in this little video. They do help me out financially a very little bit. It doesn't cost you any more if you happen to want any of these products. It's just, I would really appreciate it. But that's all I got. Like, comment, subscribe if you like the content, or if you don't. If you don't like the content, comment. Let me know why. I want to improve. I want to make it better. And the only way I can do that is if I know what I'm doing wrong. I know there's 100 other videos on how to do YouTube, but I would rather have artists that see my things and let me know, guide me on how to develop. Because the cookie cutter process of becoming a better YouTuber is not necessarily the way I want to make my channel grow. And if my channel doesn't grow, that's fine, as long as I build a community of artists that support each other and share ideas and communicate. because otherwise there's no point in any of this. My goal with this channel is to develop personally and build a community of people that communicate about their art, offer ideas in a positive way, and share experiences so we can all develop. So thank you for coming by today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If not, that's fine too. Just let me know. So I'll see you next time, and always remember, you are awesome.